Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and part 2 of a replay between SoBaD and Sen here. Now taking down all and sniping out all those cannons, and now we see some Hydralisks trying to come in. Roach is now going to be coming in from behind. However, they are going to have to deal with the cannons over here, and now a lot of those Colossi will just be able to simply get a lot of damage across those units there. Colossi able to walk up and down cliffs with those long legs, able to just not have to give chase and not have to worry about padding too much as those rest of those Roaches are now taken down. We now see a tech switch from Roaches and Hydralisks into a Spire, so a Spire now being placed down that may be for Metalopolis or for Corruptors, both very strong options at this stage in the game. And the Metalopolis, this is a very large map, have a lot of harassment potential. Corruptors obviously very strong against these massive Colossi. So those Colossi will not be able to, and with Contaminate, take a lot of damage. So now we see these units once again moving out. Roaches with those tunneling claws. I don't understand why they get spines on their back, as they're not really claws, but yeah. And now we'll be able to tunnel down over here. Where is that Roach Warren? Yeah, perhaps that's the better regeneration. Yeah, not quite sure. Anyways, back over here, we do see... Sorry, trying to work on one of those phrases that I say too much. Back over here, Sen currently getting a Nexus and now starting to saturate it, so his income will become even stronger. However, not as strong as SoBaD Rush's high yield mineral location over here. I do not believe that Sen knows about that location yet. No, does not know about it, so he perhaps thinks that he is up one base. But as Sen is a very strong StarCraft 2 player, he most likely knows that there is a hidden expansion somewhere. And unbeknownst to him, there are currently two, as SoBaD Rush will be able to train a queen out of here in just a moment and start power droning once again. The main bases are nearly mined out. We do see the infestation pit now coming in, perhaps for some neuroparasite. And SoBaD Rush would be able to get a neuroparasite into the, I guess, the mainframe of those Colossi, and then simply have that Colossi turn its back on its friend. We do see a lot of Hard Templars now moving out, production-wise, Psystorm nearing completion, and now the level 2 weapons upgrade nearing completion as well. Those Corruptors trying to fly away, perhaps hiding and fighting for another day. We do see a lot of those Corruptors now in the air. Corruptors have a decent movement speed, the same movement speed as a Stalker, as these units now trying to fight. Down goes one High Templar, and now more Corruptors back over here. Nicely done, and a very strong flank. However, now we do see a lot of a Psystorm being cast on both sides taking a lot of damage. However, SoBaD Rush just wants to make sure to take down all of these Colossus, and once they are taken down, those Colossus will not be able to do nearly as much damage, and now all of those Corruptors once again pulling back. Those Corruptors need to stay back over here, and perhaps with so many Corruptors now in the air, a tech to tier 3 for Broodlords may become a possibility, as I think Sen is going to transition from Colossi into Psystorm, so that additional 9.5 range on those Broodlords with those Broodlings are very strong. Stalkers do not have Stalker Blink yet, as it is currently being researched, and now the Amulet research underway. Walking up this ramp, quickly sees that there's nothing over here, and Sen has to know that something is up. He cannot believe, I don't believe that Sen thinks that the Terran or the Zerg player is still running off of 2 bases. Only 2 spine crawlers guarding this particular location here, but it looks as though Sen does not want to move out. If Sen does move out at this stage, he will leave this expansion very much exposed, and the walking distance into this expansion means that even if SoBaD Rush loses this expansion, if Sen loses this expansion, it will take a longer time for his units to even try to come back. Also, there are more probes and more workers here than compared to here. That is why SoBaD Rush could sacrifice one base for another base if he's able to get more and more of these probes. We now have, what, a couple of Stalkers over here, in addition to a couple of Immortals. Not quite sure what those Immortals are for, perhaps to try to deal with that Roach infestation that's currently moving around the map. 2 upgraded Hydralisks and Roaches. And now Sen 2-1 upgrades, nearly getting the level 2 armor upgrades for his ground units in just a moment as well. So those Roaches will only be able to deal, what, 20 damage. I'm not going to even try to bother, what 10 damage to the shields of an Immortal, and then 18 damage against the hit points of that Immortal. Again, we have, what, a lot of Roaches moving out. Once again, we do have an upgrade to tier 3, so we may be going for a Greater Spire. A Greater Spire would be very strong, or even Ultralisk. Ultralisk, with that nice splash damage, would be able to deal a lot of damage on this tightly packed group of units here. So Sen, with a very tightly packed group of units, a lot of shield and a lot of energy, a lot of energy on those High Templar. I believe, yeah, there are 3 High Templar here, and across them, 3 Psystorms, perhaps almost 6, as these Hydralisks now trying to move out and trying to get some additional damage here. Roach is now coming in from behind. Corruptors now in the air, but there's not much, and now a blink up onto the high ground. Sen completely catching SoBaD Rush off guard. We have a lot of corruptors now in the air, 9 corruptors in the air. However, they are no good whatsoever in this fight. No upgrade to tier 2, no upgrade to the greater spire, the second level of the spire. And now all of these corruptors are just floating around, unable to do anything except for trying to corrupt any of those building or any of these units. So these corrupted units will take additional damage. However, Stalkers now making their way over here and will be able to finish off this particular expansion. This particular expansion already very, very low as well. It will take quite some time for these Stalkers to finish this off. Roach is trying to engage as well, trying to thin out this army. However, it will be very, very difficult as SoBaD Rush loses, or SoBaD Rush able to take down one pylon here, that one pylon crystal, making a very, very far distance over here. And now we still see a lot of corruptors, and now I'm not quite sure what he's gonna do with all of these corruptors that are currently sitting in the air, unable to do anything really, really spectacular with them. And now just looking around the map, we do see a couple spore crawlers, and now Hydralisk down over here trying to engage. A lot of drones just walking straight into the Stalker army, and those Stalkers will be able to deal a lot of damage towards those drones. Drones trying to return all the way home. We have a large group of roaches here, and both sides with a very, very large mineral army, 4,400 versus 4,875. I'm trying to look on where the majority of that army is, and if you look at SoBaD Rush, he has 10 corruptors, so that means 1,500 minerals of his army is currently sitting in the air, unable to do anything new or anything exciting at all. So I'm taking a look back. We do not see the Greater Spire currently being researched as this fight continues. Sen now pushing out once again, getting a decent number of Psy Storms in, just tearing apart all of those Hydralisks. Hydralisk now getting caught off of creep, and now Sen merging these Archons. Archons will be able to deal additional damage towards these biological units as Sen with 2/2 Stalkers able to just simply push into the base of SoBaD Rush. SoBaD Rush, not much that he can do about this right now. We do see two High Templar sitting here, and now that comes the GG. So SoBaD Rush doing the GG and the QQ, Tears of Sadness, losing this game to Sen here on Metalopolis. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between Sen and SoBaD here on Metalopolis.